Abram believed the good news in three different ways. And so there are three times that God came and spoke to him. And in these, the first one is Abraham had to be willing to leave. And that was he had to be willing to leave his country and leave in those three ways that I described. He had to actually be willing to come out of Babylon in order to go to the land of promise. The second thing he had to do was persevere in believing when it seemed like the promise God had given him was impossible. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But that promise was the promise that he would have a son. And then once God fulfilled that promise that he was persevering and believing for, he persevered, believed, then he had to surrender that blessing entirely back to God in order to become an heir to the nations. I'm like, can the leaving of my household just be enough, God, to show you I'm serious? But the truth is, as a believer, we begin in that first step in leaving everything, but there's a progressive cycle in which if we want to inherit the fullness of what God has for us, we leave the first time, we have to continue to persevere in believing, and then as we offer the blessings back to God, our life becomes transformed, and we become the fullness of the blessing that we're intended to be, that is a legacy blessing for generations and nations.